Hey
Oh
everybody.
wow, wow! No music to start.
No music, just
Probably the right
cold
day.
open.
Yeah, not on music.
Yeah. I messaged Scott like what 10 minutes ago,
Something like that.
and I was like, Scott said, "Joey, you're alive,"
Yeah.
and which was the worst thing he could have said in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I loved Robert Redford. I don't think it's like I'm really unique in that. I think if you grew up watching movies and you spent a lot of time in a blockbuster, you watched a lot of Robert Redford movies. And I just want to talk to Scott about it, like just because
Mhm.
I think he was so cool. Scott, like I know you managed a video store for how long?
Years. I don't know.
Years.
I worked there probably 18 to 22, some range like that.
If you had to put what Robert Redford movie do you think was rented out the most?
The Last Castle.
Really? I mean,
No,
that
no,
is an
but I do
answer.
remember right around that awards time that got rented a whole bunch. What is this?
Yeah.
Um. Uh. So okay. So no, I would have worked there like 96 to 02. I'd say you saw River Runs Through It go through a lot, but that might have
Yeah.
been Brad Pitt. Indecent Proposal, Up Close and Personal.
Yeah.
Um, the Natural was probably probably the one. Now that I think about it, The Natural, might have been the one that was rented out the most. I'm trying to think. I remember I used to recommend The Sting to a lot of people, but I don't think it rented out at the same level.
The Sting is one of those. It's like the easy recommend that like
Yeah.
nobody dislikes the Sting. I'm with you on that.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
I was gonna guess Indecent Proposal is probably the most rented one.
That may very well have been it. I was just ballparking. I don't like. I'm looking through his list of movies as just to be like, okay, what was popular in that time, and I'm like, yeah, that was probably it.
Yeah. When I was a projectionist at the movie theater, I was just kind of looking through the only movie of his I had the privilege of like building, like getting it from the studio, splicing it together, putting it on screen was Spy Game with Brad
Okay,
Pitt.
sure.
So,
Yeah.
but A River Runs Through is actually filmed in Montana where I used to live, like not far from
Ooh.
where I used to live. So
Ooh.
I remember when I lived in Montana, a lot of people would always be renting that because it was just right up the street, basically. Um, yeah, like for me, Robert Redford, the greatest thing he ever did might not have been a movie. It might have been pretty much finding and founding the Sundance Film Festival,
Oh, okay.
and like how much of cinema and movies that I love came out of just, you know, Park City, Utah, of just these little movies like Clerks, showing up there. And yeah, so Redford was huge. I pulled a couple movies aside, like out of my collection that to recommend to people if they've never seen not Paul Newman, a Robert Redford
No,
movie.
Redford. Sneakers
Um,
was good. Sneakers was a
Sneakers was
good
good.
movie. Yeah.
Butch Cassidy is kind of like if you've got to watch one, I think that is the one. We talked about the Sting. Newman. I said Newman. I kind of slipped there. That was their other movie they did together. But Butch Cassidy, I like a little bit more. We made a lot of jokes about Thelma and Louise this offseason. We maybe should have been saying Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I think that's a little more appropriate for us. Not as funny, but it's a little more appropriate. If you want to watch one with your spouse, the way we were with Barbara Streisand, it's actually really good. I think it has a reputation of just being like a lovey-dovey, but there's some really good bones to it. Highly recommend it. But my favorite Robert Redford movie, hands down, is All the President's Men.
Sure.
About Watergate, him and Dustin Hoffman just kill it. And Hal Holbrook makes you can't even see his face, his deep throat, about the whole Watergate scandal and how is it the Washington Post, how that all went through. And that is my favorite Redford performance, my favorite Redford movie. So yeah, I was just like really sad. I was my wife called over to me and she's like, "Hey, did you see?" And I was like, "Did I see what?" She's like, "Robert Redford passed away." And I was just like instantly sad.
Mm.
And I think there's one celebrity like actor passing away that I've seen on the horizon. I wasn't expecting Robert Redford to pass away. So very sad to see him go. But yeah, I think he was awesome and everyone should seek out his filmography and just, yeah.
yeah, look through what he's done. Maybe find some of those that were really well liked, because that happens so much with people our age. Probably not people who worked in video stores and movie theaters, but you're like, oh, this is critically acclaimed, and I've never seen that movie. You know, we have blind spots in our filmography, as you would say. Yeah, I remember my dad really liked Jeremiah Johnson. As I'm looking at this list,
Jeremiah Johnson's really so Jeremiah Johnson's kind of.
I don't recall it. Like, I know I've seen it but I don't recall. I don't recall the movie.
So it's actually very relevant in kind of today's society because of the meme of Redford doing like the nod.
Yep.
That's from Jeremiah Johnson.
Yep.
Which was really funny to like finally sit down and watch Jeremiah Johnson, which was really hard to find up until about 5 years ago. I think Warner Archive released a Blu-ray of it because the DVD was never that good. It was really bad quality. But I was watching Jeremiah Johnson for the first time. My grandfather recommended it. He loved it.
Yeah.
And I saw him do the nod meme, and I was like, oh my God, that's where that's from. Yeah, he's like kind of like a nomad out in the country, living with his wife in a nice little cabin, and then some people come and murder his family. And it's just like a vengeance movie from then on out. And it's really kick-ass.
Nice.
So yeah, Jeremiah Johnson, highly recommend that. The Natural during baseball season, throw that on. Yeah, man, he just had so many hits.
Yeah. I didn't realize. I mean, I'd known he hadn't acted for a while, but I was surprised it was so long.
Yeah, I did see The Old Man and the Gun when it came out, and was that as officially his last movie? Or was
one of Avengers Endgame after that, and it shows like a couple other, like a voice thing and an uncredited after that, but basically, that was the last. That 2018, 2019 time was the last time.
Well, cool. But I just wanted to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So trivia's coming back tonight.
Trivia's coming back tonight. Ooh, Is it going to be Redford trivia? Can you pivot that quick?
No, I might have to throw a Redford question in there. Just I know a guy that writes all the trivia. I can pivot. I can take a question out and slide one in there.
Get him on it.
That'd be good. Talk about that a little bit. But cool. Well, Scott, thank you for letting me use your platform. To talk about something I love. So
I'm glad you came on. The chat came and they're hanging out talking.
Was the chat here? Let's say hi to him. We'll see what the chat has to say.
Yeah, was in one of the best Marvel movies.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. All right. Yeah, there's my favorite 3 Days of the Condor. There's a bunch of comments in the chat here.
I think I'm going to watch 3 Days of the Condor this weekend. I have not seen that since I was probably working in the movie theater.
Very similar. I have not. It's probably been 25 years since I've seen that.
Did he have any clunkers? Let's see.
What was that?
Did he have any clunkers? The Horse Whisperer? Yeah. No, Downhill Racer is really good. He played Gatsby. He's in Barefoot in the Park. Yeah, Redford was the best. But yeah, like what he did with Sundance, like that for forever will be, in my mind, what his legacy was. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. All right.
Nice.
Well, everybody come back at 7:00 tonight for trivia. But until then, go hop on the streaming services and or go to your local library. People never talk about the local library. You can rent so many cool movies from your local library.
Yep, you really can.
Go to your local library, grab a Redford movie, and I guess have a good day, everybody.